Okay.
Corey,
Yes.
I'm gonna use your training to help me teach people when they become onboarding. So I'm gonna be a
That,
backup to my VPM who's also in here. So thank you.
that is the goal for this training. So we are recording, and we will try to make this available somehow so that the clubs can view it. It can be used as a resource later for getting all of our new members involved, started in their Pathways journey. So again, welcome. This is the Pathways or Beginning Pathways breakout session. My name is Corey. I'm the District 49 Program Quality Director. Helping me this morning is our Zoom monitor, distinguished Toastmaster, Ann Myers. Thank you very much, Ann. She's gonna have to keep me in line. Ann is also or has also served as the Pathways Ambassador for District 49 when we rolled out Pathways 4 years ago. Was it 4 years ago? And uh, what we're going to try to do is keep this interactive. We want to see you. We want to hear from you, whether it's in the chat or just unmute yourself with a question. Don't worry about it. Anna's going to help watch the chat because whenever we do training, things start to disappear sometimes. But before we get heavy into the training, I want to know how many of you are new members and have not started with Pathways yet. If you just type in me in the chat or something, then we see. So new members.
I'm fairly new to the Pathways.
Okay.
I'm still on the old kind of the book, basically.
Okay, good. So it sounds like we have the right people here. That's a good sign. Right, Sherry,
And
Ben.
Corey, sure. Yep,
Yes.
you see all these, Ben, Eliza.
All right, looks like we have the right group of people. So if you have not selected a path yet, or if any of these questions that I just asked made no sense at all, because you don't know what Pathways is and you don't really know what's going on, you are definitely in the right place. So we got you covered. What we're starting off with today is a short message from our international president, Richard Peck. So I know Richard from a few years ago. We, able to have a discussion with him. He's, really personable, easy to talk to, and find out that we both like to race cars. So at this time, oops.
Hi, I'm Richard E. Peck, International President of Toastmasters International, and I'm excited for you to begin your Toastmasters experience. This was a journey that I embarked on 14 years ago, growing forward ever since. To me, Toastmasters is about making a positive, life-changing impact around the globe, one member at a time, and I am honored to have you join us on this journey. With 96 years behind it, Toastmasters can help you become a better communicator and leader, and in the process, increase your confidence, skills, and opportunities for success. Like millions of men and women who have benefited from Toastmasters, you can forge new friendships and receive encouragement from your fellow members. Education is at the heart of the adventure. You will soon be introduced to the Pathways Learning Experience, a flexible and interactive education program with the opportunity to build up to 300 unique competencies with 11 specialized learning paths to choose from. The online content, available in 9 languages, allows you to learn anytime, anywhere, developing real-world skills. You will start with an online assessment to help you decide which path is right for you. In your Toastmasters Club, you will practice what you learn. It's a supportive environment for speaking and leadership opportunities. Your peers will give you practical tips to help you improve. You, in turn, will provide feedback when others give a speech, helping them to improve their skills. Think of a club meeting as a fun and safe space for mutual growth among members. Discuss your goals with your club's Vice President Education and ask to be assigned a mentor. This can make all the difference towards your success. I encourage you to also take advantage of the information on the organization's website, toastmasters.org, such as the new member and first-timer information under the Membership tab, as well as the resource library, public speaking tips, video library, and podcasts found under the Resources tab. You can also get involved with members and topics from around the world on Toastmasters social media channels. Are you ready to make the most of your experience? Have fun, but challenge yourself. Through your membership, you will build skills that will extend to all aspects of your life. I wish you the best of success.
All right, it's good to have someone else talk instead of me. Okay. So we had a couple of people. If you feel like you're not in the right room, if you've already started and you want a little bit more of an advanced pathways, you can go to the pathways 2. If we should have a Zoom monitor in the main room. So if you click on leave room, don't leave the meeting, but leave the breakout room and you want to switch. My feelings aren't going to be hurt. We want to make sure that you're in the right place and getting the information you need. So there,
Corey,
yes.
I just wanted to say, also we'll be recording each of the sessions, so they will be available as well.
That too.
The other 2 sessions.
Yeah. But we will have someone in the main room or watching the main room so that they can redirect you properly. Okay. All right, here we go. So what we'll be covering today, we've just gone through the new member, the welcome video from our international president, Richard Peck. And this is going to be our new member orientation. So we'll be discussing today holy smokes. Okay. So we want to hear what some of your goals are and taking a look at club meeting roles. As a new member or someone who, maybe has been a member for a few months, even though you go to meetings, you may not know all of the intricacies of all of the roles that are composing this meeting. So we want to show you some references for those. We'll talk a little bit about the pathways learning experience. We'll go into a little bit of mentoring, what leadership opportunities are available, and then we'll talk about next steps. So this PowerPoint presentation I'm going to go through it really quick. And the good thing is I'm going to forward it to you in the chat so that you can look at all of the information that's contained in it when you want to, when you get the chance to do it, and when you need to. So first of all, goals. As a new member, we as the club officers want to know what your goals are. Why did you join Toastmasters? What do you want to get out of your Toastmasters membership experience? So if anyone wants to share, go ahead. You can put that in the chat. And to kind of get the discussion started, when I started, at first it was required by my job to sign up for Toastmasters. I wasn't really sure what was going to happen, but I realized that, going through the program and, where my job was taking me was that I wasn't going to be the new guy forever. There were always people coming into the company, and we always have to provide training and mentorship for our new employees. So that's the benefit for me with Toastmasters. I see Amy, so to be a better speaker in front of groups, definitely. Seppi, our district director, improve speaking abilities and stop using filler words. I hope I get this name right. Celia, leadership skills, yes, very important. Improve audience engagement. Not be afraid to speak in front of a crowd. Communication and leadership skills, all very great. And even Douglas being very specific. So speaking, being confident and organized and speaking in front of groups of 30 or more. Whether it's a group of 5 that you're speaking to, a group of 30 or a group of 130, there's progress along the way. So it's a continual practice and building. But thanks everyone for sharing. I like all of the responses. Feel free to share these goals with your vice president of education when you go back to your clubs, your vice president of membership, because they can help tailor the program. They can help encourage you in ways that will help you reach your goal. I'm going to talk about club meeting roles. So each meeting role has a unique set of responsibilities, and these responsibilities will help you reach whatever goals you're trying to achieve. So if you're wanting to be better at impromptu speaking, or someone's going to come up to you in an elevator, ask you a question, and you don't really know how to respond, maybe table topic speaker would be a good role. And the vice president of education could then let the table topics master know to maybe call on you to give you that practice. I'm not going to go into every role. If you notice, I don't know if you can see it, but all of these roles have a link to them. So let's look at Toastmaster for right now. And this PowerPoint presentation does have a little bit more specific information and links to further documents to get all of the information that you need to carry out these roles. I like it, and a lot of people are agreeing with goals that other people have, shared goals. And that's a big part too, where we get to help each other grow, help each other learn. The Pathways learning experience. At this time, there are 11 unique paths in the program. Eventually, there is talk. We've been promised like 15 paths with different goals to achieve in each one. There is an assessment, if you haven't taken it already, and we'll go into this a little bit later in the training, but there is an assessment to find the path that's right for you, depending on your goals. Each path features 5 levels. Oops. Okay. And as we go through, we'll, there we go, found it. So this is the list of paths that are available currently. Each one in this PowerPoint has more information. So I am working on motivational strategies. So you can see the 5 levels, what skills are going to be built by going through those levels. And this is like a really short introductory to it. When you go to the Pathways website, it will have more detail. Mentoring. Mentoring is a big part of the Toastmasters educational program. And like we've said, or like, you know, we have shared goals, we have things that we want to work on. And a lot of times you see that, you know, one person might be better at doing something than you, and you may be doing something better than they do. So you can share ideas. Oh, I want to be a better humorous speaker. So maybe someone just won a humorous speech contest. So Dean, I know you've competed in humorous speech contests before. I liked your speeches. Can you help me be a better humorous speaker?
I would be happy to. And fortunately, there's other good coaches who can help you with humor or any kind of speech, really. It's just a matter of talking to people to find out who coached them. Like I could give at least 3 names. Since I learned a lot about humorously speaking and have entered humorous speech contests, I'll be happy to help anyone who wants help with that. Okay, so thanks, Corey, for pointing me out. But I enjoy coaching and mentoring people now. I'm mentoring about 5 people right now, but I'll be happy to help anyone else. Okay, and they don't even have to be in my club. So thanks, Corey.
Well, thank you, Dean. And Dean, you sound really busy. So I'll respect your time. And maybe when you have a few less proteges, I'll ask you again. But that one question sparks the conversation, and you can be comfortable with your mentor. Your mentor should be comfortable with you. So having this dialogue back and forth, you feel out that, hey, this could be a very beneficial partnership for both the mentor and the protege. We're going to go right into leadership opportunities. So as we've discussed in the first part of the general session this morning, you're hearing about clubs and what the clubs are doing to support their members and what the district is doing to support the clubs. So if you look at the structure, you notice something a little odd, where usually you have a company organizational structure with the board of directors at the top, and you go down to your middle managers, and then your everyday worker down at the bottom carrying the load of the entire company. But when you look at the Toastmasters organizational chart, you notice that the members are at the top. So the members are the largest group in Toastmasters, and they're supported by the club. They're supported by the club officers. The clubs are supported by the area directors, who are supported by the division directors. The district is here to support all of these groups, and the districts are formed into regions with our own training. So where does everyone fit in? We have the club officers, so the 7 officers: president, vice president of education, vice president of membership, vice president of public relations, the secretary, treasurer, and sergeant at arms. We mentioned the area and division directors, and then our district and region. So the district director, Seppi, just shout, wave, and then myself, the program quality director. Those who have met Gerald, our club growth director this year, but we're also supported by our finance manager, our administration manager, and above all of us, we have our regional advisor and international director. who sits on the board of directors for Toastmasters International. All of these roles are volunteer roles. So as you gain more experience, I strongly urge those who are looking to build their leadership, step up, become a club officer. If you're a club officer now, you know, if you're a club president, you're stepping up into that role, think about what's next. Okay. We're done with this PowerPoint. We're on to getting started. This is what's next. So for those who have not yet enrolled in Pathways, you should have gotten an email when you first joined Toastmasters. And it was a getting started email, so you should have a invite to log in to Toastmasters International. So here we go. I'm going to share screen again, and this is the Toastmasters International website, and I'm not logged in, so it doesn't know who I am. I could be any new member. For a member logging in for the first time, you want to go to login at the top. And it says Toastmasters logging in for the first time. Please use forgot password. On your membership application, you should have provided an email address. You want to use that email address here to log in for the first time. And then you would click submit. It's going to go through the CAPTCHA and set up your profile with Toastmasters International. I don't really want to do that right now for mine, but you get the point. It'll lead you through a step-by-step to create your profile with Toastmasters International. It'll probably give you that email thing to confirm your email and all that. Once that's done, my login is actually not my email because I've been in Toastmasters that long. We'll log into the Toastmasters International website. You can now see that it says welcome Corey or welcome all of you. All of your Pathways information is here under the Pathways tab. So by clicking on Pathways, if you haven't done so already, there is an option to choose a path. So that we can go ahead and take a look at that. I speak English, I read English, so my path will be in English. We do have bilingual Toastmasters clubs in Hawaii and throughout the world. So if you do feel like another language would suit you better, there are options available. How would you like to access your materials? If you are at all able, I highly suggest you do everything online. The online Pathways will give you resources, videos, tutorials that you cannot access in the printed material. And they're going to charge you another $25 if you want everything printed. So unless you really want the printed material, if you don't, for whatever reason, will not have good internet access throughout your Pathways journey, maybe that is something that you would select. So let's stick with our digital resources. It'll now give you two options, whether you would like to see all the path options and choose whichever one you want immediately, or take the online assessment. By taking the online assessment, continue. English, and let's start.
Corey, it's 10:45.
Okay, almost done. So we'll have It'll ask you all of these questions. Go ahead, click whatever, select 3 topics, click through, select. It will eventually come up with 3 path options. But if you wanted to look at all of them, which we'll do right now, there will be, at the end of your assessment, it'll have 3 at the top that say recommended. But all of these, you don't have to choose one that's recommended. You can find one that really fits with you, whether it be, visionary communication, let's say. Select visionary communication, continue. Confirm this is what you want. Yes, continue. All right. So now we have Basecamp available. I think I might have just bought a path. Anyway, now that you've selected your path, you want to be able to access it. So back at the Toastmasters International website, where you would be starting, I'm already logged in. You go to Pathways again. Go to Basecamp. So Basecamp is their starting point for all of your educational materials and pathways. And dead center in the middle, go to Basecamp. And let's see, paths and learning, your education transcript. This is where all of your paths are, where you have access to everything. So I have effective coaching and motivational strategies available to me. So I can click on open curriculum. And let's say I'm just starting, I'm in level 1. The first project is an icebreaker. You want to click launch, or it may say activate. So if it says activate, click activate, and it'll change to launch. Okay. It will start with a tutorial on how to go through the projects. It's being slow and not working for me. So at the very start, you will get a tutorial on how to progress through a project. For more information, because I know you're not going to get everything out of this 45-minute, 50-minute session today. It's really not possible. If you only remember one thing, when you're in Pathways, in your Basecamp, tutorials and resources. Tutorials and resources. So under the blue bar, it'll pop up a little white button. You can search by title. So evaluation resources are available, but you can, on the left side, there's training and subject. So you can click on subject tutorials. All of the videos are available here. And this will help you navigate through pathways, starting your path, accessing your path, completing projects, completing levels. And they're short 2-minute videos. So find the one you want or the one you need right now. Go ahead, watch it, and you can continue your Pathways journey. I know that was a really, really fast run through of everything. So quick, if you have a question, you can raise your hand. I think we have like a minute or 2 left. Or type a question out into the chat if you have anything. If you want to see something more specific that we can do in a minute or 2.
Hi, Corey. I have a quick question.
Nicole.
It's Nicole here. Yes. I'm currently the president of the Kama'aina Toastmasters Club, and most of our members are actually on the pathways. I just happened to, when the COVID hit, I was basically on my last speech for the book, and then I'm going to be starting. So thanks for giving me a head start of what I should look for. But does it matter that I'm the president and still not started pathways yet? Because I'm kind of in the dark of what am I supposed to do? I've done some speeches actually in the virtual realm, but I'm still kind of in the dark on pathways here.
No, that's a good point. And we do have a lot of club officers who are not enrolled in pathways, and we're trying to make sure that everyone is enrolled. But it's something that, you know, we all had to get through at one point. And if you're just starting, that's perfectly fine. I would reach out to, anyone can reach out to me, our area directors, for help. We do have our tutoring group available. So feel free to make use of the resources that the district is willing to provide. And everyone starts somewhere. So we're hoping that everyone here, if they're not enrolled, will, see this as an opportunity to get started, take that first step in pathways.
Thank
Corey,
you very much.
there was a question from Douglas. Approximately how many speeches are in each level? I think Seppi had been, answered for level 1.
Yeah.
And then for level 2 and 3, yeah, about 3 or 4. It really depends on the level and the projects. And these are by projects, not by speeches, and some of them are do take some time. They're not just simple projects. Thank you.
Right. And what you'll see, to expand on that, I think it was 10 speeches or required speeches and 10 required speeches and 5 elective projects throughout all 5 levels of the path. And along the way, so the first level is there to, really get your feet wet. Level 2 is there to, for you to discover your own style, whether in speaking style or leadership style, depending on the path. Levels 3 and 4 really start building your skills, challenging yourself a little bit more. Level 5 is a lot of focus on using the skills that you've gained and putting them into practice. So if you look at all the paths that are available, that's kind of the general flow that they take. Amy, yeah, so it's a good idea to look at all the speeches. You don't have to give them in order. That's totally correct. We do, hope that you, at least for the first maybe 2 levels, you do things in order, just so you're not like jumping all the way to the most difficult thing in the path, because it is a path. It's to slowly build your skills, make sure you're comfortable along the way, and that you don't just, some people call it like just pencil whip the thing and just not actually get anything out of it. It's really the amount of effort you put in, you get it back, I don't know how many times over throughout the process. So. Seppi, level 5, lead a team for 6 months. So district leadership, or even club leadership, leading a team, will help you with that. So everything is kind of designed to help you along the way. We're going to be back in the main room in a little bit less than a minute.